It was a crisp morning in Lagos when Anoa and her husband, Ayn, moved into their new apartment, a luxurious penthouse nestled in one of the city's most exclusive estates. The air carried a sense of excitement, mingling with the faint scent of freshly cut grass from the manicured lawns below. Their marriage had been a whirlwind of love, laughter, and dreams, culminating in this momentous decision to start their life together in a space that symbolized their aspirations. Anoa stood at the entrance of their new home, surveying the sprawling interior with a mix of awe and pride. The apartment was everything she had imagined. High ceilings adorned with crystal chandeliers, floor-to-ceiling windows offering breathtaking views of the skyline, and polished marble floors reflecting the sunlight streaming through the glass panes. She envisioned raising children here, filling the rooms with joy and warmth, creating memories that would last a lifetime. Her husband, Ayn, watched her silently, his heart swelling with admiration for the woman he had chosen to spend his life with. He admired her determination, her creativity, and her ability to turn even the simplest things into something extraordinary. Together, they began unpacking boxes, each item finding its place in their new sanctuary. Anoa carefully arranged every piece of furniture, ensuring that every corner reflected their personalities and shared vision. By the time evening fell, the apartment glowed with life. Soft ambient lighting bathed the living room in golden hues, while fresh flowers added splashes of color to the otherwise neutral palette. Ona couldn't help but smile as she sat on the plush couch beside her husband, feeling a deep contentment settle over her. This was where their journey truly began. But little did they know, not all beginnings are as pure or innocent as they seem. That weekend, as Anoa and Ayn lounged on the couch, engrossed in their favorite TV show, a sudden knock disrupted their peaceful evening. Both looked up simultaneously, startled by the unexpected sound. "Who could that be?" Ayn asked, his brow furrowing slightly. "I didn't invite anyone," Anoa replied, setting down her drink and heading toward the door. "Let me see who it is." She opened the door cautiously, only to find herself face to face with a strikingly elegant woman dressed in a tailored blouse and designer skirt. Her presence exuded wealth and sophistication, leaving Anoa momentarily speechless. "Good afternoon," the woman greeted warmly, extending her hand. "My name is Mrs. Kuka. I'm the chairlady of the Estate Welfare Committee. We were notified that you've just moved in with your husband, and it's my utmost pleasure to welcome you to our beautiful neighborhood." Anoa blinked, processing the introduction. "Oh, good afternoon, ma'am. Please call me Anoa," she responded, ushering the visitor inside. "Would you like some water or juice?" "Oh, no need, darling. I won't stay long. I have an important meeting shortly. But first, let me say how lovely your home is. You've done such a wonderful job decorating this apartment. It feels so inviting." "Thank you, ma'am," Anoa replied, beaming with pride. "We're very happy to be here." Mrs. Kuka turned her attention to Ayn, who had risen to greet her. "And this must be your husband? How fortunate you both are to join us." "Yes, ma'am," Ayn said politely. "My name is Ayn. Thank you for the warm welcome." With another dazzling smile, Mrs. Kuka handed Anoa a beautifully wrapped gift box. "This is for you and yours. May your days here be filled with peace and prosperity. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must run. I'll see you both around." Before either could respond, she swept out of the apartment, leaving behind a trail of mystery and intrigue. "What do you think about that?" Ayn asked, raising an eyebrow as Anoa closed the door. "I don't know," Anoa admitted, staring at the gift box in her hands. "Maybe people here are just really nice." Curiosity got the better of them, and within moments, they were tearing open the wrapping paper. Inside was a stunning wall clock, its intricate design and craftsmanship making it the perfect addition to their living room. Without hesitation, Anoa rushed to hang it on the wall, marveling at how seamlessly it fit into the decor. For the next few days, more visitors arrived, each bearing gifts ranging from perfumes and skincare products to gourmet snacks and handmade crafts. Anoa felt overwhelmed by the generosity of their neighbors, grateful for the warm welcome they had received. Every day brought new surprises, reinforcing her belief that they had made the right choice in moving to this estate. Or so she thought. One afternoon, Amara, Anoa's best friend since childhood, dropped by for a surprise visit. They hadn't seen each other since Anoa's wedding, and the reunion was nothing short of joyful. As they settled into the living room, catching up on lost time, Anoa proudly showed off the gifts she had received from their neighbors. "You won't believe it, babe," Anoa gushed, gesturing toward the wall clock. "These people came with different gifts. It was even better than what I got for my wedding." Amara raised an eyebrow, her expression tinged with concern. "They're nice people, you mean? Still good neighbors like this?" "Exactly," Anoa exclaimed, brushing off her friend's skepticism. "My husband and I are still in shock at how they turned up to welcome us. It's really nice," but Amara wasn't convinced. Leaning forward, she placed a hand on Anoa's arm. "Babe, listen to me. Be careful. Not every gift you accept means well." Anoa laughed, dismissing her friend's warning. "What would I have done? Rejected the gifts. They brought them in good faith. So I accepted them in good faith?" Amara sighed, undeterred. "Did you even pray over those gifts? You can't be living life like that." "I know of a big makeup artist who accepted a strange gift from a client. Months later, her business went downhill. Her husband's business collapsed, and she became a beggar. It wasn't until they discovered the evil gift that things started turning around." Anoa rolled her eyes, unwilling to entertain such notions. "Come on, Amara. That's just superstition. Nothing bad has happened to us yet." Her friend persisted, her tone growing serious. "I'm not saying this lightly, Anna. The heart of man is desperately wicked. Not everyone brings gifts with good intentions. Just be cautious, okay?" Despite Amara's warnings, Anoa chose to ignore them. After all, why worry when everything seemed fine? She spent the rest of the evening arranging the gifts around the house, admiring their beauty and usefulness. Among the treasures was a magnificent 6-yard fabric, richly woven with vibrant patterns and textures. Anoa decided to keep it for special occasions, envisioning the stunning outfits she would create with it. As night fell, she tucked herself into bed, her mind buzzing with excitement for the future. Little did she know, the seeds of trouble had already been sown. Months passed, and Anoa and Ayn eagerly prepared to become parents. They had always dreamed of starting a family, and now, with their lives stable and secure, it seemed like the perfect time. However, as the weeks turned into months, disappointment began to creep in. Try as they might, conception eluded them. At first, they didn't think much of it. After all, their marriage was barely a year old, and these things took time. But as the years stretched on, the frustration mounted. Each failed attempt left Anoa feeling hollow. Her hopes dashed repeatedly. By the 5th year, the pain had become unbearable. Desperate for answers, they sought help from fertility clinics across Lagos. Doctors ran tests, prescribed supplements, and offered advice, yet the results remained the same. There was nothing medically wrong with them. Despite following every recommendation, Anoa continued to miscarry before reaching the 2nd trimester. Their once hopeful hearts grew heavy with despair. Arguments erupted between them, fueled by stress and unspoken fears. What was wrong with them? Why couldn't they have what others seemed to achieve effortlessly? One evening, Anoa's mother called from the village, her voice low but steady. Sensing her daughter's distress, she urged caution. "My dear, don't forget to pray and anoint those gifts before using them. If your mind tells you not to use them, throw them out or give them away." Anoa listened half-heartedly, nodding along even though her mother couldn't see her. Deep down, she knew her mother spoke from experience, but rationalizing the situation proved difficult. How could something so seemingly harmless cause such devastation? Still, the doubt lingered, gnawing at the edges of her consciousness. Could it be possible that the gifts harbored a darker purpose? Or was this simply fate playing cruel tricks on them? It wasn't until a fateful weekend, when Ein traveled out of town for a business conference, that the truth finally came to light. Alone in the apartment, Anoa found herself restless, unable to shake the unease that had been building inside her. Deciding to revisit the gifts stored in her luggage, she rummaged through the items, inspecting each one carefully. When she pulled out the 6-yard fabric gifted by their neighbors, her breath caught in her throat. Once pristine and flawless, the material now appeared tattered and dirty. Its vibrant colors faded into dull shades. Confused, Anoa checked the other fabrics in the luggage, only to find them untouched. There was no sign of damage or wear, suggesting that whatever had affected the gifted fabric was deliberate. Her hands trembled as she unfolded the fabric, revealing a shocking discovery hidden within its folds: a baby doll pierced with countless needles. Horror washed over her, freezing her in place. Her mind raced, piecing together the implications of this sinister object. Summoning her courage, Anoa called Amara, who rushed over immediately upon hearing the news. Together, they stared at the grotesque figure lying on the floor, its presence radiating malevolence. Panic set in as they realized the gravity of the situation. "This changes everything," Amara whispered, her voice trembling. "We need help." Within hours, Pastor Bod and several prayer warriors arrived at Anoa's apartment. The pastor wasted no time, recognizing the spiritual warfare at play. He prayed fervently, blasting in tongues and commanding the evil spirits to leave. Using anointing oil, he sprinkled the doll in the fabric, then took them outside to burn in a ritualistic cleansing. As the flames consumed the cursed objects, Anoa watched, tears streaming down her face. For the first time, she understood the depth of the deception they had faced. The gifts, far from being tokens of goodwill, were instruments of destruction, designed to rob them of their happiness and fulfillment. Determined to break free from the past, Anoa and Ein sold their belongings, including the tainted gifts, and quietly relocated to a new apartment far from the estate. Free from the shadow of malice, they embraced hope once again. Under the guidance of Pastor Bod, Anoa conceived shortly after their move, giving birth to twins, a boy and a girl, who brought immeasurable joy to their lives. From that day forward, Anoa approached life with newfound wisdom and discernment. She learned to trust her instincts, seeking divine protection before accepting anything unfamiliar. Her story served as a reminder to others. Not all gifts are blessings. Some carry curses meant to destroy rather than uplift. And so, their journey continued, marked by resilience, faith, and gratitude for the blessings that awaited them beyond the veil of adversity.